Hello there guys, it's me Stringent Hydra 9 for a review of Counter-Strike Global Offensive. I have a lot to say about this game. So what I actually did was I took some demo footage, and I would highly recommend anybody who is thinking of buying this game to go out, try the demo. You can play it for about an hour for free. And it's only about a 1.9 gigabyte download, which is pretty small for modern games. Right now I have the full game, and if you guys want to see more content from Counter-Strike Go, I definitely would be happy to oblige you. But basically what I'm doing here is just reviewing the game. Now, this review is both from a perspective of playing the demo and also now owning the game and playing for a couple days. The first thing I want to say about Counter-Strike Global Offensive is that I think that it is fantastic for a first-person shooter, especially at its price point. I'm just going to say that. It's just fantastic at its price point. And why it's fantastic is because it is a total breath of fresh air from about 99% of first-person shooters and just general games that are being released today. Okay? In common, you know, today's games, basically the plan is to add a bunch of features. Just add, you know, perks and kill streaks and, you know, even like Hero 4, I hate to say it, but like even specializations and all these things that are meant to entice new players into the game. And I look at games just like as an evolution. Well, it's easier to say this way. I look at video games as an evolution from, you know, just regular games. So let's say a game like chess. I use this example all the time, and I think it's very good for first-person shooters. First-person shooters should be like a game of chess. They should be easy to learn, but incredibly hard to master. And that's what this game has in spades. It does not reward new tactics. You can't just get a bunch of grenades and chuck them all over the battlefield and expect to win. That just does not work. You cannot spray and pray. That just does not work. Actually, you'll see a couple times in this video me just resort to spraying because you get so used to it. Leech's bloom system in Clutch is just like, it frustrates you, so then you even spray more. In COD games, of course, spray and pray is highly prevalent, and even in Battlefield, just spraying, if you're pretty close to the enemy, can work. In this game, spraying will not work. I will say it 100% will not work unless you are so physically close to your target that pretty much your whole screen is your target. I've seen on guns in this game, let's take the AK-47, which is like your primary weapon if you're a terrorist. I've seen it miss from 5 feet away, literally. And it's a 1 to 2 shot kill, but it's just the spray pattern is so bad that you cannot just spray and pray and expect anything good. Now, on the, you know, counter side of that, that's what makes it so good as an FPS, is that skillful shooting and very careful shots, especially as you've seen a little bit earlier in this video was the Deagle, and certain guns like that can absolutely one-shot kill opponents. Which is fantastic. That's exactly what FPSs should do, is reward careful tactical play. Now I will say a couple notes though. This is a PC game at heart, and I will say that 100%. The control scheme on the Xbox is a little bit finicky. Sometimes your gun will not reload. Sometimes you won't be able to fire your gun. I've had numerous people, myself included, and some of my buddies. Actually, this was me and my buddies basically playing when the game came out, just a demo. And we had almost all experienced at one point or another a button just not working, the control scheme, you know, going crazy. Basically, you know, Valve needs to patch this game. And I've heard that they already did this extensively on the PC, but Xbox patches take a while to authenticate or whatever Xbox does and Microsoft does. But basically it is a buggy game at the beginning. I mean, it just came out, so they have a lot of time to fix these bugs. But I will say it, going in, before you ever buy this game, expect some bugs, because there are bugs. Okay? At this point, because I still have a ton of positive things to talk about this game, I am going to list some of the biggest negatives, so we don't end on a negative note, just to kind of, you know, give fair review of this game, you know, on both sides of the coin. And the negative parts about this game, the most negative part right now is you cannot, the party system, very similar to Battlefield 3, does not work. Now, this is a massive detractor. You can get into the same game as your buddy, and what you basically do is you enter a game, and if it has multiple open slots, they hit join session in progress. Even though this game has a party system, quote in quotes, it doesn't work. If you use it and try to search for a match, you will not find a match. Multiple people have commented on this, but I feel this is very important to note, because it's ununderstandable to me. I mean, it is literally the worst fault almost a game can have, to be honest, if it's a team-oriented game, that the team system doesn't work. That is to say that, like Battlefield 3, Counter-Strike, games that the whole promotion that they have team tactical gameplay, if it doesn't work, if the party system is not working, that's a pretty massive fault. Now, Valve is, I believe, actually creating a patch for this. Like I said, Xbox patches take a few days to go into effect. So if this gets patched, this game can easily be one of the premier shooters on the Xbox, along with Halo and Battlefield. And at its price point is just unbelievable. Like, the quality that this game has at its price point is really, really superb. You know, and you can obviously see, just to be completely fair, what the compromises were they did to get it down to this point. You know, you can tell that this was basically modified, you know, probably used the Source engine, just like almost all Valve products did, and but it's modified definitely off of, you know, Counter-Strike, basically earlier Counter-Strike games is what I'm saying. And you know, there's not that much difference in terms of like graphics and things like that. I mean, they definitely up-resed a bunch of them, but I mean, not as much as, you know, other modern games. But that's not the important part. The important part is this game is bucking the trend when it comes to first-person shooters and games in general, in that its approach is less is more. And also Valve is doing a very interesting kind of like basically using the ELO system, which has kind of like what Halo Reach's arena system works. But what it basically is doing is actually, they're talking a lot about like these bar charts and things of that nature, that basically higher skilled players should perform better, and customizing the game to reflect that. And that is 100% what you should do in a first-person shooter. 100%. I think that it's almost like they're just doing what makes practical sense. I cannot believe that more game designers do not take this approach, because that is 100% what should happen in games. It's like if you do anything, if you how about a painter and you paint more, well, you get better at it. That makes sense. You know, if you're, you know, let's say a welder, and, you know, you have 20 years experience, of course you're going to be better at it. You know, if you try hard and keep improving your skills. And that's what I think that most games today just completely ignore. Is the only thing that they're worried about is, okay, I want you to buy this copy of the game, and as soon as you're in, and it's like, wow, you know, they try to provide a lot of like initial wow factor, and I think this game has less wow factor. And when you're just playing this game online, I had a bunch of people say, oh my god, this game is just horrible, it's just like I can't shoot anybody, and it's insanely bad. And you know, almost everybody on this game has mics too, which is a really a big change from most first-person shooters. And well, it's not that the game is horrible, it's that, you know, it requires a very dedicated skill set that most people have forgotten now, just because most games reward spray and play now. But the biggest negatives are definitely the matchmaking system not being fully operational yet, which is, you know, definitely a problem. And the other biggest thing that I would have to say is a huge negative at this point is that you can really see that the aiming system was meant for the mouse and keyboard. Now, Valve did a really unprecedented move here by pretty much putting no auto-aim in this game. Or even for the people that say any console shooter has auto-aim, an incredibly small degree of auto-aim compared to any other online shooter. And you can tell instantly. That is that the gamepad, you know, whatever you're using, a PS3 controller, an Xbox 360 controller, just feels very clunky when aiming. You'll realize, like, if you come from other first-person shooters and then play this game, you're like, wow, what the hell? And it's weird, if you really take your time to line up your shot, and let's say the guy's standing behind a thing and you have a sniper or something, you'll see that the hit detection is actually good. It's not that the hit detection is bad, but it's just simply that the gamepad, it's incredibly difficult to aim quick enough in this game with the gamepad and also aim accurately, which is what auto-aim basically does. What it helps us with in console shooters increases that playability factor. So even though this rewards skill a little bit more, you're going to come to some points where it's just like, my God, I can't seem to get a shot on a guy, you know, very easily at all. And, you know, before you buy this game, that's something you definitely need to be aware of. And again, I would recommend playing the demo to see if you like a game without auto-aim on the console. I personally even plan to buy this game again on the PC, just because I think on the PC it's going to be amazing. For the price point, it is an amazing game, and I could 100% recommend this to any FPS fan out there, as well as just people looking for a good time with buddies. The main thing is, you know, bring in buddies. It's a team game, and it's meant to be played as a team. The only thing I would have to say that detracts from that now, until they patch this, which I believe they will patch it soon, but there's other games like Battlefield 3 that never really fixed up the party system, and I would say that that is a major detractor right off the gate. Again, the party system is broken as of now, and that's a huge problem. Before the commentary ends, I just want to talk for a quick couple seconds about game modes. So basically, most game modes are objective based, but they can also be won by just killing everybody else, basically. So they're both objective and deathmatch. This makes them feel very good in that you can be rewarded for playing the objective, but then again, you can also be rewarded for just killing your opponents. So I really feel that that's very good, and just how the game modes are set out is very good. The only one I did not like was the quote-unquote, you know, gun game slash whatever they call it, like I don't even know, it's just gun game from COD, and in this game it feels completely out of place. You'll see as soon as you play it that it does not really feel right in this game as a tactical shooter. It just feels completely thrown in. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I feel like numeric scores are a little bit less important than just giving you guys a clear overview of the game. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this and found this informative. See you guys next time. Hydra out.